It's Monday, people, and the clock keeps ticking. It's the 18th of October. I want to say hello and wish you all a happy Monday and hope that you have a good week. I'm just going to riff off the top of my head. The only thing that's on my head to share is I wanted to comment on the passing of Colin Powell. The black military man. Rest in peace, respectfully. But I met him years ago, so I want to just make a comment. I think it's fair to say that my worldview compared to a lot of people's is kind of radical in that I don't accept the major narrative and historic outlook on the world. I know it's just full of bullshit and lies. And so what I'm getting at is when I met Colin Powell, it was cool to meet him. It was cool because I actually spoke to him for a few minutes. But what I want to say is Colin Powell, I would say, is an example of a black person who rose up through the ranks by playing by the rules. And what did he accomplish? From my perspective, he accomplished opening some doors for some individuals for careers in the military. He created a nice life for himself and his family. But was he able to change anything really substantially for people of color in this country? And the answer is no. And it's not like he had to, but I just want to point that out from my perspective, is that he was a nice man, but he did what you do when you try to change things from the inside. Nothing changes. I met him in Minneapolis. I was staying at a Hilton for a conference, and he was there for something else, and he was there with Jesse Ventura, and I ran into them in the lobby waiting for an elevator. So I just stepped to him and spoke to him directly. I was complimentary because of his position as a black man and what he was able to accomplish for himself. So I acknowledged that. But I also noticed that, I talked to Jesse too, and I was impressed with Jesse as far as his heart and what he was saying. I just want to say that, no diss to Colin Powell, just an observation about people have been telling my people, well, you want to change things, you got to do it right, do it in the system. Well, do it in the system and nothing changes. You might get a gold watch and a nice house on the hill. That's it. That's my comment, okay? Excuse me, musically. Okay, so I do have something to review. I got this in the mail over the weekend. Onokio. Never heard of this artist. Electronic. Thank you for the nice letter, and thanks for the feedback on my album, Future Still. We are in the same community, as it were, being electronic-based musicians. Onokio. Entity upload entry. I do like this. The way you describe it is accurate. There's snippets and snatches of things that recall eras of the past. There's little parts of drum and bass, but it's very melodic and textural. I like that cover, and I think it's fitting. Onokio. I went ahead and looked you up and watched a live video of you playing outside, and it's good. If you like electronic music, people, I personally do. Onokio. find out about this artist. Thank you for sending this to me. This is good stuff, and I like the presentation. I do. A pull from my records, since I'm kind of refamiliarizing myself. Hadn't played this in a long time. Cathexis. One of those records that I just, you see it and you think, oh, this might be good. And it's jazz rock, and it's just okay. I'm going to keep it, but it's not like groundbreaking or like something that I would say, oh, you've got to hear this. No, I wouldn't say that about this. It's well played, but it's kind of at times a bit pedestrian. Do you know what I mean when I say that? Here's one I pulled, and it was a mixed review. Thighpaulsandra, who I became familiar with when he was playing with Julian Cope. But I think this was sent to me by the folks who put it out, possibly Richard Johnson. Are you watching, Richard? You said you were going to send me some more stuff. And I listened to some more of your stuff, something you did with Faust. This is interesting. Most of it I like. There's one track on here I don't like. It's kind of ugly. The sound of the music is ugly. But mostly it's kind of a rumbling, ambient sort of thing. And look at this picture disc. I love showing this because people freak out and they say, oh, what happened to that record? That's a picture disc. Isn't that clever? To make a picture disc that looks like it's been scratched all to hell. Pretty cool, huh? Thighpaulsandra is an interesting cat. He does some very unique sounding things with electronics. I want to give that to him. Okay. The other day when I was doing all that moving of my records, I listened to this all the way through while working. Burning Spears, Living Dub, Volume 3. I love reggae. Burning Spear. Got to see him live twice. Got to meet him. Really lovely man. When you get in his presence. That's what I mean. I guess that's what I'm trying to say about meeting people. Because I do have a pretty good bullshit detector, especially in person. I can feel things about people when I meet you. I always have, ever since I was a boy. And there's a lot of accuracy to what I feel. A lot. And when I met Burning Spear and just hung out with him for just a little while, boy, could I feel his spirit. Strong. A very positive, grounded sort of vibration. Colin Powell, when I met him, not the same at all. Not a bad person, but shallow, okay? And then that same day when I met Jesse Ventura, I sensed more depth of human character. He was more down to earth and connected to reality to me when I met Jesse Ventura. On the same day as Colin Powell. It's my nature to be assessing and taking in people when I meet you. It's my nature. So, Stephanie, if you see this, thank you for all that wonderful feedback yesterday. My older sister Stephanie texted me to tell me she was listening to my music yesterday and was really enjoying it. 2020 in particular, that release. Means a lot to me that the music, that you like it, that you feel it, that it resonates with you. That means a lot to me, that my family connects with what I do. Because it's not, the music is not, it's what comes out. It's not pre-packaged. I'm not trying to do anything in particular. Usually when I make music, I'm just letting it roll out. And so it's genuine and honest. And I'm glad that you hear it and feel it, Stephanie. I am very happy about that. So before I go, I will do a poll. Oh, again, folks have been saying this and this and this. And again, I just don't respond to requests because I know from experience that if you respond to requests, then people start to line up with requests. And I don't want to do request-based videos because I will lose interest, or I won't do them. I enjoy reviewing the music that people send to me. There have been times in the past when I would get a glut. I'd get a large amount at one time. And then the sense of obligation would start to set in. Oh, I've got to review this, I've got to review this. And I don't want to be obligated to anything. I just want to be low stress and just kind of get on here and talk to you when I want to. So, regarding those real world spines up there, someone asked, that's my Peter Gabriel section. The real world artists on his label, they're all in the collection according to their name of the band, or their last name of the artist. But I don't put things in genres. It's all alphabetical by artist. Okay. Someone else mentioned the Residents. I'm not listening to the Residents right now, so this is not a good time to talk about the Residents. I'm not listening to them. Okay. Okay. So, I'll do a poll, okay? Because again, this has all been shifted, so I don't know what I'm going to get. Whereas before, things were where they were for so long, I kind of knew where everything was. What did I get here? Is that Rita Lee from Brazil? Yep. There's a Rita Lee album. I could use more Rita Lee. This is a kind of a pop album. Well, she's a pop artist. Saude, I don't know how you say this. Rita Lee and Roberto. So it's a duo. I like this though. I do. I've listened to this enough to hear the songs on it that may have been hits in their home country, maybe not, but they sounded like, ooh, I'd have played this if I were a radio programmer. Rita Lee. Love her. She was in Mutantes, Os Mutantes. Okay. Let's do another one. Let's go right here. I kind of know what's here, but I'm just going to very nakedly pull and see what do we get. Well. One of my favorite bands of all time from England. Right up there with the Beatles. You know, some may think I'm overstating it, but no, I really love these songs. The House of Love. The House of Love. They're still trying to go. I noticed that the guy's got a black bass player now, and that's probably not going to work for his hardcore fans. I bring this stuff up all the time, people, because it's part of reality. It's not me race baiting. It's me commenting on reality. Okay? I'm telling it like it is. Okay? The House of Love. Terry Bickers and Guy Chadwick were the two principal members, and the other guys were always kind of like in the background. And I think that worked against the band's legacy, that the whole band was not valued in the press. Guy Chadwick was, and I think I met Guy, and I picked up on him. He's nuts. That's what I'll tell you about Guy. I liked him, but I could tell this man is nuts. And big ego. Not that that's a big thing, but big ego is something to deal with, okay? And I think it's one of the things that's worked against the House of Love, staying together and having a palpable legacy that represents the integrity and the quality of their songs and songwriting and playing. I do think this is one of the best bands. I like this band much, much, much better than Oasis, Blur, Pulp, Suede, put together. Okay, can I just be that direct? I think these guys were brilliant. I got to see them play. Like I said, I did. And I got to meet Guy. That was a blind pull. Yeah, that's what I think about that. Okay. And I would rather listen to the House of Love than a lot of stuff that people maybe think I am supposed to be listening to. Pick up on what I'm trying to share, people. Okay, all right. One more. Let's go down here. Again, these are completely blind. What do we got? I have to look it up. I think this is a... Yes, I saw this person live. Jake Meginsky. I saw him do a performance at a show that Aaron Dilloway from Wolf Eyes, one of his shows, and this guy was on the bill as well. This is some sound work. I'll have to play this again. I know that I liked his set, so I bought his stuff, and this is good, but I can't remember what it sounds like. Jake Meginsky Vandals. Okay, so there you have some blind poles. Ellie, much love to everyone. Okay, much love.